Professor Catherine Lovelock spends a lot of time exploring Australia's coastlines.
I'm actually an ecologist. An ecologist means that we worry about how ecosystems work, how all the different parts, whether it's the plants or the insects or the frogs or the crocodiles, in my case, how they all work together.
And coastal ecosystems are worth worrying about. They not only help guard against coastal and seabed erosion, but they also serve as critical habitats for fish and other marine life, supporting industries such as fisheries and tourism. But with around half of Australia's population living within 7 kilometres of the coast, they're under constant pressure.
I love to work in Moreton Bay. Moreton Bay is right on our doorstep, and it's a fabulous place that has everything from dugongs and turtles and sharks all the way through to huge developments for, down at the Gold Coast for tourism. So it all happens in this one area. And we've got the Olympics coming. What story do we want to tell about how wonderfully well Australia can manage its ecosystems such that we can have human activity and we can have those ecosystems and all the gorgeous creatures that are in them and around them at the same time?
That requires definitive action, such as improving water quality, reducing mud entering the bay, and ensuring development gives wetlands the space they need to thrive. That's going to be even more important as our coasts start to deal with the impacts of climate change.
Already we can see an influence of sea level rise on salt marshes. Seagrasses are also influenced by climate change, and we can see the impacts of marine heat waves on seagrass already. We've had huge die-offs in many parts of the world, including Shark Bay in Western Australia and parts of the Mediterranean. So really what we have to do is to improve generally the conditions for coastal ecosystems so that they're in a better place to withstand the impacts.
Coastal wetlands are also shaping up as a critical tool in the kit needed to fight climate change. Professor Lovelock is a member of the International Blue Carbon Scientific Working Group. Blue carbon refers to carbon captured by the world's oceans and coastal ecosystems. Seagrasses, mangroves and salt marshes all act as carbon sinks. They may be much smaller in size than forests, but they sequester carbon at a much faster rate. Professor Lovelock has played a key role in setting up a market-based blue carbon method in Australia.
That means a farmer who's got an underperforming paddock along the coast, that they can turn that back into a coastal wetland, let's say a salt marsh or a mangrove, and receive Australian carbon credit units, which they can sell.
But she stresses that blue carbon isn't a silver bullet, and the primary way to fight climate change is to reduce greenhouse gas emissions. Professor Lovelock's significant contribution to our understanding of coastal ecosystems has seen her awarded the prestigious Suzanne Cory Medal from the Australian Academy of Science.
I'm surprised and very pleased, and I'm happy to have the platform to talk about the importance of coastal wetlands and the importance of conservation and restoration of those ecosystems for the benefit of coastal societies.